Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Rowan, personal finance expert with Forbes Advisor, a trusted destination for unbiased personal finance advice, news, and reviews, to discuss how to stay safe from scammers sliding into your DMs. Lisa, it's great to see you. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Thanks so much, Jill.
A January report from the Federal Trade Commission revealed that $770 million was lost to social media fraud last year. Just how successful were the scammers? What platforms were impacted? And who are the most susceptible? It's like we have to worry about our email. We have to worry about cell phone scamming. Now on social media, it's like, can we ever have nice things and enjoy them?
And here's the really scary thing is that most people who get scammed don't report it. So we can only assume that Americans lost far more than that 770 million last year that we're seeing in this report. But here's what we know for sure. The scams primarily come from interaction on Instagram and Facebook, although WhatsApp and dating apps also see their fair share. Young people in the 18 to 34 age range have actually been found to be more vulnerable to these scams, at least among the people who've reported them. And when it comes to how much people lost, we're talking $1,000 to $2,000 at a time. So this is no small amount. This is definitely a reason to keep your guard up when you're talking to people online.
The two most popular scams were romance and investment scams. What do we need to know about romance scams?
A romance scam starts innocently with friendly conversation with someone new. But once a scammer thinks that they have earned your trust or maybe tugged at your heartstrings a little bit, that's when they start asking you for money. And it's for a variety of needs. It might be plane tickets, it might be medical treatment. A lot of these scammers allege that they are in the military, and that's a reason that they can't come see you or that they can't handle their own banking. So they really know how to get at your weak points, those parts of your heart that are very vulnerable to the human condition.
You know, and it's so interesting because with the pandemic, we spent so much time in front of our screens. So how do you avoid a romance scam on social media?
And it's really easy to say never to talk to strangers, but that's just not practical in the modern world. So instead, your top rule is to never send money to anyone that you haven't met in person. And that's across the board with any interaction.
And investment fraud was even more profitable than romance cons for social media scammers last year, according to the FTC. What was the most popular way scammers got victims to part with their money?
Yeah, this is really interesting. Scammers are trying to get you to part with your cryptocurrency far more than any other approach. And this is in part due to the newness of alternative investments like crypto and non-fungible tokens. Scammers are taking advantage of new and sometimes uncertain investors who have a lot of questions and who are hoping to make good on their investments quickly. And so they're really taking advantage of that with new investors.
Right, and it's so interesting. A lot of these newer trading platforms as well have a social component baked in. It's a big part of its selling point, right? So we're just kind of conditioned to have social activity when it comes to investing. So how do you avoid an investment scammer?
Again, never send money to someone that you haven't met, including if they try to tell you that they can double or triple your money in a short period of time. That's just too good to be true for any situation. And also, don't click on unsolicited links to crypto portals or respond to direct messages from people who are offering you investment advice or investment deals. It's often an approach to steal your login info for your crypto wallet and take what is rightfully yours just right out from under you. So yes, there is a social component to a lot of this new investing, but you really have to have your guard up and remember that, when it comes to investing, when it comes to earning returns, nobody's offering you deals. Anyone who says they have a deal or they can, offer you something that sounds too good to be true, it most certainly is.
So what do you do if you spot a scam on social media? We know with email, we click on phishing and our IT departments take care of it, but social media is much more personal, kind of a team of yourself. So what do you do?
If you suspect anything is amiss, stop all communication with that would-be scammer before they can take any more advantage of you than they already have. Don't give them any more of your time. Don't take any risk, and report it to the Federal Trade Commission. This helps the FTC investigate fraud methods and educate consumers about the types of scams that we're seeing on the rise. So it's really helpful. And sometimes it helps them catch criminals in the act. So it's only of benefit for you to report that information.
All right, Lisa, we appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.